What's up?
Trevor, forget
Trevor.
the intro?
Yeah, no, the intro. Shit, man. We got breaking news.
What do we got?
Breaking fucking news. And you guys didn't see this? Tommy is fucking MIA.
That's
no
not
one
breaking
knows.
news to us.
Welcome to 4Deep's Friday night roasting roundtable of Tommy G.
We just spend the whole show roasting Tommy.
Fuck yeah. We don't.
Where is he?
We don't know. He might pop in. We don't know.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I don't know, but let's fucking go. We're gonna run right through this like fucking geniuses. I got a feeling. So let's start off with what's everyone drinking tonight.
I have a bottle of Bullet. I didn't pour it yet though, but I have it.
I'm doing my wine, baby.
Me too. I'm gonna
Friday night wine.
Crush some fucking Camus.
I love Camus.
That's a good bottle right there.
I told you I was just there not long ago. That awesome winery.
Wow, that's great, Jerry.
There is a solid chance that this bottle is gone before the show is over. And that's typically when things get interesting. That's when the real picks
we need it to be gone.
It will be. It will be. It will be. All right, let's start off. Like Jerry, Mike, talk to me about weather. Any weather concerns this weekend?
It doesn't look like there's any weather concerns. I haven't seen anything.
Mike, I haven't seen anything either. I didn't know if there was something
honestly,
I'm missing.
I really use as an indicator, as crazy as this sounds, the DraftKings thing. You know, you see rain and clouds and it's a couple, but for me, I don't go on weatherman and predictions. I'll look at that and again factor it in as an indicator, but I wait until Sunday morning and then I get on weather.com, I check. And of course what I can see on television also, but I do check weather on Sunday mornings. If it's estimated to be iffy.
You just wait around, watch the totals. If the totals are moving around a little bit, then you know that the weather's a concern. As of now, it doesn't look like anything's concerning at all.
That's a fair statement. You know, I don't want to talk too much about last week. I do want to talk about a few things. First and foremost being, who's that fucking wide receiver for Seattle?
Jackson Smith.
No, not that one. Not that one. The one that everyone fucking hated.
Lockett, Metcalf, Bobo.
Lockett.
I told you to bet with Tommy. Did I not tell you to bet with Tommy?
I don't like taking money fucking for free. I like earning my money.
I didn't tell you to bet money. I told you to bet anything else. Just bet it. That was an easy bet for you.
Oh, I should have bet him to shave his head.
You could have bet anything.
What did you guys hit last week? Talk to me about last week. What went good? What went bad?
What went really wrong for me was I was really high in AJ Brown, and he left early with an injury, so it kind of killed most of my lineups. Outside of that, I did pretty good. I had the Gesicki, I had Chase Brown, I had all the chalk that hit, and the pieces I had around the chalk. I had injuries. Drake London got injured. I had Olave in some lineups. He got injured. AJ Brown really killed me. So those injuries kind of set me back. So not my best week for sure.
Fair. Mike?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, my defenses, I got both wrong. You know, I played two defenses. I think it was the Broncos and spend down to the Giants were my two main defenses, and they both, you know, underperformed. AJ Brown, I had a lot of him, you know, paired with my Hurts quarterback lineup. So just didn't have the right combinations, you know, missed on a couple of good players.
And I was not on the I did not have JSN. So
no, neither did I.
Him to hit that big money, you know.
Fair. I'm gonna say fuck the weekend. I'm gonna go to Monday night. I turned 128 into 9,000 on that.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Overtime touchdown. Listen, and I do apologize to the subs. My life's been fucking crazy the last week, so I haven't got I get the button clickers in, but I get them in at fucking game time, and then I'm like, fuck, I can't post them. But I hit a big one Monday night. That Hunt touchdown. I'll make sure I get them up this weekend. I slowed down here a little bit, but I smashed everything. Listen, it was just pure genius. I'm not gonna lie, pure genius. So
last night was awesome for me. I had a good night last night. I had the right core pieces last night with Jamar Chase and Burrow, Tanner Hudson. Did not have that Wallace kid. He kind of busted the slate last night.
Who did? Who had him?
The ones that won, not me.
That's crazy. What was his ownership percentage? I didn't even look. I was so mad at my lineups.
In the main tournament on DraftKings, he was like less than 1%.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I couldn't even tell. I told you that was crazy.
Exactly. All right. With that said, let's jump right into the first game. We're going to go off DraftKings. I'm going to lead this first game just because it's my fucking Redskins, and I was at the game last week, hence why my life has been fucking crazy. So we're going to go to the Redskins. And listen, what about a Russ Wilson game? I like what I'm seeing out of him. I like this Pittsburgh offense with him at quarterback. Fields is fucking trash, man. He's one of the most amazing athletes on the field, but he fucking can't throw the ball. That's not going to change no matter where he goes. He cannot get the ball to a fucking wide receiver. He sucks. Russell Wilson is a better quarterback, period. Make Fields the fucking running back, for Christ's sakes. So I like Russell Wilson, and you can't help but really love Pickens paired up with him. And you know what? I even like Najee Harris. I think this game's going to be a bit of a shootout. What do you guys think?
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I mean, I'm with you on the shootout thing. The Steelers, they look really good with Russell Wilson at quarterback. They've topped 400 yards in each of the last 2 games. I think they're going to put up some points here. You mentioned Najee Harris. He's definitely my favorite play in this game. The Commanders, I mean, they've given up some big games on the ground. Najee, he's rushed for over 100 yards the last 3 weeks. He looks like he's going to be coming in pretty low owned on DraftKings, maybe like 10% or less. He's only 6,200 over there. I definitely kind of want to be overweight on him on the slate. I like him a lot. Russ Wilson, George Pickens, I don't mind them either. On the other side, Jaden Daniels, he's kind of sneaky over here. He's priced up a little bit now. This isn't like the best matchup for him on paper, but he's at home. We're talking about it might be like a sneaky shootout here. You can definitely pair him. McLaurin, he's been the one he's been going to. He's been catching the touchdowns. I kind of like Noah Brown a little bit at 4,300. He's been seeing like 6 targets a game the last 2 weeks. So if you're going to be pairing him, I don't mind going to a cheap receiver like him. We got Brian Robinson looking like he's going to miss. Austin Eckler, he could step in. I like his role a little bit here, especially if we're looking at kind of like a shootout kind of script. I mean, he catches a lot of ball out of the backfield. So there's pieces of this game that I definitely like.
Mike, what do you think, man? Who do I run it back with the Redskins?
Well, that's a different question than who I like. I mean, if I had to run it back with somebody from the Redskins, it would be Austin Eckler, pass catching running back, lower price point because Robinson's going to be out. I mean, I think he was ruled out. He is ruled out even here on DraftKings now. 100% ruled out. Now, you fear the chalk angle of that at 5,800, but if you're looking for a run back, he would be my choice.
I like it. Now talk to me about the game. Just wanted to leap a little different.
Yeah, so I'm opposite you, Jerry, on that with Daniels at that price point is the 3rd highest priced quarterback here. I think that this is a show me matchup against this Pittsburgh defense. TJ Watt, I mean, it's just another level of an animal coming after you. Quickness, I mean, big guys on the D line, smart coaches on the defense. Minkah Fitzpatrick in the back end. I mean, I'm fading Jaden Daniels altogether, and I'll have a lot of Austin Eckler in that game. And then on the Pittsburgh side, I too like Najee Harris. I thought I was going to be sneaky with that, but you guys beat me with that. And I'm not against pairing that with the $3,000 Pittsburgh defense. I anticipate them getting after Jaden Daniels here and maybe him staying in the pocket a little too long. And what TJ Watt is really good at is getting the ball. I mean, strip sacks and turnovers. So I don't mind Harris in the defense with the Eckler run back.
Due to that, Mike, one of my favorite bets of the week on the betting side is Daniels' rush yards. I love his rush yards. I do think
that's what I'm feeling with Daniels. I think he has one of those high rushing games here.
Yep, agreed. So listen, we're on that. Make sure you bet on that this weekend. He will be a part of the button clickers. On to game 2. Tommy's second coming love child game. Mike, take us here with New England, Chicago. Looking at anything here?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tricky game, and I'm interested really to hear both of your aspects too. But this is one of the games that's predicted to be raining in. And I was in Chicago a lot, earlier years ago, and I went to a lot of Bears football games at Soldier Field in, November in Chicago, wind blowing, and it gets damp and moist and cold, and it's football, you know what I mean? And I'll check the weather there as well for how cold or how wet the game will be, but don't love it. I like Swift and Stevenson. Stevenson more as a value play due to his volume in this game. Swift I like, but not in love with it. I think I heard a couple of shows, even people like Swift, and it's like scary when everybody's talking about somebody, Jerry. So I don't know why, or the ownership in that situation, other than New England's not great against the run, but field conditions doesn't put me in love with it. With everybody else on it, not in love with it. And then Cole Kmet. A lot of people are talking about Odunze, and I like Kmet to be sneaky here, and especially if it's that slowed down surface. He comes out of nowhere, 2 touchdown games, blow up type games. So I like a little bit of Kmet here.
Yeah, just to touch on Swift a little bit. He's looking like he's going to have some ownership on both sides. There isn't really much running back value on this slate, so people are going to be looking to that kind of like mid-tier price running back. He's only 6,500 on DraftKings. And just look at these rush totals that the Patriots have given up like the last several games. Tony Pollard, 28 for 128. Bigsby, 26 for 118. Mixon, 13 for 102. Mostert, he had 19 for 80. In that same game, Jalen Wright had 13 for 86. Jordan Mason, 24 for 123. I mean, they're getting absolutely torched on the ground.
Yeah.
DeAndre
That's
Swift,
what scares me, because everybody's saying and seeing it, But yeah, it's hard not to like.
It's hard not to just go with those numbers, and he's pretty cheap, man. 6,500. When you start building out your lineups, it's hard to get up to these like higher priced running backs. You're going to be looking to that mid tier. He's just easy to jam into your lineups. Ramondre on the other side, I think you can look to him. Like, he doesn't get a lot of yards per carry, but he's found the end zone twice in both of the last 2 games. He's somewhat affordable on both sides. Hunter Henry, he's the only like pass catcher I would look to on the Patriots. He's only 3,900, so you can go to him if you like. I don't know about Caleb, but I kind of like riding Rome Odunze. He's been drawing 6 targets a game. I feel like he's the only guy that Caleb's been connecting with. Plus, he's only 5,200, so he's an option if you need a receiver.
So, like everything you guys said, here's my like/worry. So, Kmet, who I'm looking at, I really like him. I like his price point. I agree. Out of nowhere, he has these insane games. He's got 1 target in the last 2 games. How concerned should I be about
that? Dark. I mean, that's the GP. I wouldn't play him in a cash game lineup or a single entry, but he's that tournament type play because I'll wake up and have 30, or I'll have 1 target in 2 games, like you said.
I mean, the Patriots defense is bad, man. You can see any one of these guys on the Bears getting there. I mean, he's an option for sure.
All right, Arizona's defense is bad. He went 0 for 0 for 0 for 0.
And again, contest selection. And again, contest selection, right? Like, I'm not going to go use him in a cash game or a single entry, but I would use him in, a large field GPP, because you're looking, as Jerry taught me, those blow up games, the guys, everybody in your lineup that could score 20, he checks off that box, right? And his ceiling he's shown is 2 big touchdowns, 30 points. So, it's more of an explosive play for me.
And I was saying the Pats defense it's not like the Arizona defense. They are very bad. The Pats defense is horrible.
All right, let's go. Fucking Buffalo, Indianapolis. Jerry, I mean, you must like something in this game.
All right, so injury, we got Michael Pittman looking like he's going to miss. Keon Coleman for the Bills looks like he's going to miss. Amari Cooper, he's questionable right now, so we're going to have to wait to see what's up with his status. But, I mean, Josh Allen is always in play. I know he's tough to get to with his price and all that, but I mean that always reflects his ownership. He's just got so much upside. The Colts are another bad defense. It's an indoor game. It's a 46 total. I mean, if the Bills are going to put up points here, it's going to be on the heels of Josh Allen here. So, I mean, I like him always. Guys you can go to with him, Shakir, I talked about earlier, Keon Coleman's going to miss. We don't know what Amari Cooper is. I like Shakir. Kincaid, he's been getting involved a lot more lately. James Cook, he's always someone you can go to for low ownership. Indianapolis, I mean, they're a horrible run D also. So the Bills are going to be putting up points here. It's kind of hard just to kind of pinpoint where the production is going to come from with them. But it usually involves Josh Allen, so I like him a lot. On the other side, I mean, they've been talking about what to do with Flacco. Are they going to keep him in? Is Anthony Richardson going to be given another chance here? Flacco kind of has like another letdown game. I think Flacco, kind of gets back on track here. We're looking at Josh Downs as being one of the highest owned receivers on the slate. So, I mean, I kind of like him. Jonathan Taylor, like he's in play for sure. If you want to look at one of these cheaper receivers for the Colts, Alex Pierce or A.D. Mitchell, I think there's somebody, there are two that you can go to for value also.
All right. So I hear and agree everything basically that you're saying as well. And my main interest in this game is Josh Allen, who's one of my spend-up quarterbacks this week. And I talked about earlier, I'm fading Jaden Daniels this week. Allen's 200 more, which is good because, Jerry, I don't know the ownership, but what is the ownership on Jaden Daniels this week?
On Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
He's looking to be pretty low owned. We're looking at he's about looking at anywhere from like 7 to 8%, something like that.
So that's low.
Josh Allen's going to be lower owned than him.
Yeah, so I like the Allen here, and I like James Cook. It's a great spot. You mentioned earlier, you said Colts aren't good against the D. Well, you're right. They give up 150 yards per average per game. I like James Cook. I like his usage, and he's another one that's like more of a roller coaster, where, it's 15, 8, he's 32,
He goes overlooked on every slate. That's why he comes in so low owned. It's probably because of the way he's priced also. And you kind of have to pick between him and Allen. Like, they kind of cancel each other out.
Well, that's funny. It's funny that you said that, because that's where I'm going with this, is that a lot of people are going to be on Shakir, right? What are the headlines? 3 wide receivers out, right? And what is everybody else's thoughts? Let's run to Shakir. Tons of volume, which is all true. I love Shakir, and I usually play him every week, right? But this week, again, I'm saying this narrative a lot lately because it really is true every week. When everyone's saying the same thing, and they're zigging, you really want to zag, right? So we can come in here and build lineups with like Downs and Shakir. But I have a way that I like to get different. And a couple of years ago, I originally brought it up. And that's when I play the quarterback and a running back, where I'm looking to gobble up all the offensive yardage, basically passing wise and running. And now Allen checks off the box like a big running back in addition to the passing. If he has a couple of those, which we've seen, James Cook touchdowns and they hook up, that's very good. And it's a big leverage play off of the Shakir builds. And that's how I'm going to get a little different. There's another game we're going to talk about later that I'm going to do the same thing with. I saw a couple opportunities this week that I like, that quarterback, running back only. And the fade of Shakir with that build, no Kincaid, nothing, just those two. And then don't really love anybody on the Colts. I mean, I don't like the synergies, quarterbacks in, quarterbacks out, quarterbacks start and stop and switch, and just too much going on there. The guessing of the wide receivers and, just no real interest there. I also love that we're in a dome, for the Cook Allen angle that I mentioned earlier. So they should be very, little faster there against a bad defense against the rush.
What about Mr. Camus over there? What does he think?
Listen, I tell you what, this is a Josh Allen game. He's going to have some fun. They're going to kick the shit out of the Colts. And the girl who fucking lives with me, that's her team. So I'm going to bet the fuck out of everything on Buffalo.
She's just the girl that lives with you?
Oh, fucking the girl that lives with me. She's going to be all, oh, my Indy, they're good. Oh, look, Indy lost. They fucking suck. Like, here's my pick.
She's an Indy fan?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you become an Indy fan? She's got to be from there.
I don't know. Fucking Jersey. Oh, I'll tell you the GOAT pick of the week. You ready? You ready for the bet of the week? And this will be in button clickers. When Allen has some fun, you know what he does? He gets this guy a touchdown. And he's going to be short. Receivers. He going to get Knox a touchdown tonight.
You bring him up every week.
No, I don't. I haven't brought him up in like.
You brought him up before. Come on.
No, it's been a while. It's been a while since I brought him up. I'm not going to lie.
He's definitely in your stable, though.
Yeah. Well, when I want to get weird and I think Allen's going to have fun, struggle or have fun, Knox gets touchdowns. When things are kind of normal, he don't get them because he's feeding all his other guys. I think this is a fun game, and he gets Knox in the touchdown for him.
Let's go. I like it.
All right, let's go. Jacksonville, Minnesota. Mike, take us out here. A lot of goodness here. We see a little rain. What do we got going on here?
I mean, there's another game that has that little rain cloud. So, again, how do you handle it? You look at it as an indicator. The game has potential for rain. It has potential for a drizzle or a torrential downpour. I don't know yet, right? Because I don't care now on Friday, but, I'll look on Sunday. And if it's a decision to be made of a dome game versus an outdoor game alone, that's a decision. And then a dome game versus a potential weather situation. If you want to build early in the week, you obviously, take less risk and then lean that way. But if you like to rearrange on Sundays or put placeholder lineups, you can attack it like I'm mentioning. Just monitor it, be aware of it, and go around it. If the game has good weather or no rain, and let's say it's an unaffected weather game, I don't hate Sam Darnold here. Jacksonville defense, not good against the pass. Nice little pairing with Justin Jefferson there. Probably just that would be the only play I would do right there with those two, or maybe even like a naked Darnold if the price is right. If I can't get up to Allen and up to other quarterbacks that I like, just keep it sneaky there in that range, Jerry. I'd like to hear your thought on that. Chuba Hubbard just got paid. Don't like to bet on a player who just got paid. Brian Thomas Jr., questionable. I love him whenever he plays, but again, the questionable tag. So that's really it for me. I'm not really in a rush to guess because of the unpredictable weather on anybody else. If it's good, I'll have some Darnold Jefferson lineups.
Whoa, hold on.
You brought up Chuba.
Did I miss something? Hubbard?
I said I brought him up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm long going. When the fuck did he get traded? Fucking something. I don't know.
What's Mike?
I said Chuba Hubbard. I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry. I don't know.
I'm like,
sorry. I'm looking at the Giant game because we
got to get one every show. We got to get one every show.
Yeah, I do it. I mean, Chuba Hubbard. I said he got paid, but I wasn't playing him, so I didn't tell him to pick. I'm looking at the Giants-Panther game because we skipped it, but that's how I like it with Darnold and Jefferson only in the whole game. So that's why I skipped over Hubbard.
So Darnold, he's looking.
You guys let me go on that one.
No, I didn't.
We're gonna let you tag yourself. Tommy would have jumped right in. We let you talk.
I was confused because I looked in the chat and I see Tommy posting. So
that motherfucker.
I was about to write him back.
Okay, good.
Fuck is Tommy? He's at the gym right now. He's working out right now.
The gym. There's zero chance he's at the gym.
No, he told me he's got to work out tonight. I said, okay, do your thing. Yeah.
If Tommy's at the gym right now and produces a photo, I'll give him $100.
He's running at the fucking treadmill.
No fucking way.
He said he's going to do a push-up.
Bullshit. He's eating push-ups.
Fucking A. Jerry, talk to me about a minute. What do you like? What do you like here?
Well, we're talking about Darnold earlier. He's looking like he's going to be one of the higher-owned quarterbacks on the slate.
No way.
Yeah, this is just such a good matchup. The Jags are a good matchup for any offense.
Every time I think I'm sneaky.
Yeah, and it's looking okay. So Trevor Lawrence is going to miss. So you got Mac Jones starting for the Jags. Mac Jones is 4,400. I mean, he's one of the quarterback values on the slate that you can go to. It's Mac Jones. We don't know what to expect. We haven't seen him yet in this offense in the regular season. He looked okay in the preseason playing for them. He's got more weapons to use with the Jags than he did with the Patriots. So at 4,400, I mean, I don't think it's the craziest play. I don't mind him. On the Vikings side, yeah, Justin Jefferson, he's in play every week. If you can get to him, of course, he's always in play. A little bit cheaper options to go to on the Vikings. I don't mind Jordan Addison. He's kind of a cheap way to get exposure to the passing game. If you can't get to Justin Jefferson, he's in just as good a spot as he is. You can use him like in a little stack with them, or you can kind of use him as a one-off. I kind of like him like that. Aaron Jones, the Jags, you can beat him up on the ground in the air, so he's definitely in play. He's going to be one of the higher-owned running backs on the slate. Hawkinson, he's he should be starting to get more involved. He saw 45% of the snaps last week. His role is only going to increase going forward. Maybe you can go to Jalen Naylor if you want kind of like another little punt play from the Vikings. On the Jags side, I mentioned Mac Jones. I think he's somebody that you can use. Bigsby or Etienne, not anybody I want to go to here. I think there's better options. If you want, I mean, Brian Thomas Jr., if Mac Jones does get this offense going a little bit, I mean, he's got to be somebody that benefits from that. I mean, I don't see, is Mac Jones really a downgrade from Trevor Lawrence? I mean, Trevor Lawrence is pretty fucking bad. Like, Mac Jones might be a better quarterback than him. I don't know. So, I mean, Brian Thomas Jr., he's not out of the play for sure over here. So, I mean, there's just some ways to look at it.
So let me ask you this. What do we think old JJ was doing last night?
What was he doing? Did I miss something?
Fucking watching Jamar Chase go off for fucking 270 and whatever he fucking went off and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but Justin Jefferson already got paid. Jamar Chase hasn't.
I don't care. They want to see whose dick is bigger right now. I think he's right now calling Darno going, listen, motherfucker, you want my bet? Jefferson 2 touchdowns. He ain't going to get the 200 plus yards, but 102 touchdowns. There's another GOAT fucking bet.
Right, I like it. Goat, I like it because that thought actually crossed my mind because I recently on like Instagram or TikTok or something saw they were doing question and answer with Joe Burrow and they were like saying this or that and then they asked him Jamar or JJ and he passed on it. He didn't say Chase, which is his current teammate, which I found to be weird. You know what I mean? Like I was startled by the answer. You know, I get that they were college boys, but he didn't say Chase. He said pass.
Listen, again, these guys.
So there must be something going on there.
These guys are fucking human beings. And I promise you that motherfucker was watching that game going, this motherfucker fucking started to text his fucking white boy quarterback going, listen, dude, I better get that fuck. I'm in the box 2 times this weekend. This weekend. Fucking 2 times.
I mean, dude, Jefferson, of course. You can fit him. You play him, of course.
Who would you take in real life? If you were like a GM or you're a quarterback, and you had your choice between either one, who would you take?
Jefferson. Jefferson proved it with 3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Okay.
Chase is awesome. He just
Jefferson's the best receiver in the league, man.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that.
Agreed. Best fucking 4Deep host in America. Tommy G, you're the fucking GOAT.
Who's here right now?
Tommy's right here. Right now.
It's all about the now.
Let's fucking go. Next game, on to Denver, the new revitalized Kansas City, where we're getting to the second half of the season. Kansas City has a few guys that are viable. Kelsey's waking up. Whose turn is it, Jerry? Yours? Take us out this game, right?
So we saw the Broncos coming off a beatdown of the Ravens last week. This looks like a bad spot for them right here also. I don't know if there's anybody on the Broncos side I kind of want to get to here. Sean Payton came out and said this week that they're going to get Audric Estime more involved. So it's like, you're kind of out on Javonte Williams. I mean, none of the running backs for the Broncos here for me. It's kind of a bad spot for Bo Nix here too. I mean, he plays good in good matchups. And when he was priced cheaper, he was somebody I would be willing to use. But now he's like $6K going against the Chiefs and Arrowhead. Yeah, I'm kind of going to pass on all the Broncos right here. I'm not really feeling any of them. On the Chiefs side, we saw DeAndre Hopkins have a breakout game on Monday night. We also saw Mahomes have his best fantasy game of the year. This is a much different defense than they faced against Tampa. It's a different game environment. I kind of think that the Chiefs go back to what we've been seeing from them most of this year. It's a low total game. It kind of seems like one of those games where they're just kind of grind the clock out a little bit, use a little bit of Hunt, a little bit of Kelsey, a little bit of the receivers, a little bit of Mahomes. I mean, it's not a really appealing game for DFS for me. There's nothing really here that I like, to be honest.
I mean, you just literally you stole my script. I mean, like
it's a script. That is what it is.
It's every single thing that I was going to say. When he said who's going to go first, I was about to speak, but you jumped me. Rightfully so, and literally used my script. I mean, I was going to say the same thing. This is the game. This is like the stranger danger game of the week, where when you lose in the 1 o'clock window and you bet the Chiefs and teasers and parlays and whatnot, and then the divisional Denver wins. I mean, it's just an ugly game. And then the line, man, the total opened at 46, bet down to 42. No weather. Actually, a big sun they're predicting. So that's a huge red flag for not much offense. And then even the line, the Chiefs betting down from 9 to 7.5. Really big reverse movement there to the under and the underdog. I can see a physical football game, low scoring, Chiefs just wanting to get the win and keep it rolling, not getting anyone hurt, and more so probably being diverse with the offense where throw a dart. I mean, you can have anybody. I mean, even last week, Worthy got -1 point, and this week he could have 20 on like a jet sweep, like in a touchdown. It could be anybody. So definitely not interested. And co-sign Jerry.
So love it. I'm going to co-sign pretty much everything DFS wise. I'm going to strongly, emphatically disagree betting wise. I'm going to tell you right now, mark it here, guaranteed. Kareem Hunt gets in the box. He will be one of my touchdown scorers. Kansas City's going to score 3 touchdowns in this game, minimum. Hunt gets one of them. I do think they kill him. I think he's going to go every which fucking way to the moon. But sometime early on, Hunt will get in the box because that's what they're going to do. What do you think of that?
DeAndre Hopkins, his role in this offense now.
Oh, his role in this offense, I think
he's going to be his go-to guy.
You think he's like he's got that Rashee Rice role now?
Yeah, like 100% first look other than Kelsey. I mean, like as a receiver, he's the first. I mean, he's the real deal. Hopkins now. Mahomes throwing to him.
He's always been the real deal.
His career. He's big. He's physical. He's got great hands. You know, a veteran, good route runner. I mean, he's everything you could ask for Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, he's been the real fucking Levis. I love Hopkins.
Me too.
And you know the pricing has not caught up because that game was on Monday night, so DraftKings didn't have a chance to adjust his price. He's still only 5,300. I mean,
he's going to be high owned, Jerry.
He's going to be like he's going to be in the 25% range, and like you said, like he doesn't need much at 5,300, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I like catches for 70 yards and a touchdown, but that's pretty good for that price.
Hey, I'm liking it. And Mahomes is the type of guy that likes to show off his shiny new toys. And, again, receiver week. Maybe it's wide receiver week where we see those blow-up games from everybody after Jefferson just set it off. Maybe he wants to top the 2 touchdowns last week and go to 3. Yeah, I like that a lot. Good call on that.
The girl who lives with me wants to fucking say hi real quick.
Get her in. Let's go.
Hello.
Tommy. She's got to be better than Tommy.
How are you?
We went to Louis Vuitton Cartier today, so she could tell me.
Oh, she spent some money today.
Let me see your shirt. Let me see your shirt.
Old rich guy will buy her.
Hold on, the mic is blocking it. What does that say?
Beverly Hills.
Okay, all right. I thought it said Beverly Kills.
Well, I mean, that's a good one too.
That's where she found.
Well, no, I have a friend. That's his brand
down here.
That's my friend's brand. Beverly Kills. Yeah.
Hey.
You know who he's married to, my friend? She's world famous. She's the guitarist, Nina Strauss. She does the openings at the Rams games. You ever see her play the guitars like up in the thing?
Very cool.
And he was a
Strauss on the helmets of like all the players lately. Is that
but not that. But Nina Strauss, she was a famous guitar player, and he's a drummer, and he was in 3-6 Mafia.
Oh yeah, I know 3-6 Mafia.
I never knew that one.
How the fuck do you know 3-6 Mafia?
I know.
I love it. On the next game.
Back to the next game.
More wine later.
Bye guys. Good
Let's
meeting you.
Fucking go. On to the next game. Atlanta, New Orleans. We have no Desmond Ridder this year, so Tommy decided not to show up on the show.
No, Ritter's back.
Yeah, but not on Atlanta.
Right.
Not on
last week.
I mean, what are we gonna do without Desmond Ridder, Mike? How are you going about this game without Desmond Ridder in 2024?
I really like the Falcons here. I mean, we got a dome-on-dome type team. 2 teams that play in a dome. Big offensive line advantage for Atlanta. I really like that. I love the running game here. I like the running backs against the Saints. I know it's hard to pick with Bijan and Algier and whatnot, Algier, however the hell you say it. I know you're going to laugh at me. But I like that. Go ahead, say it. What is it? Algier? What is it?
Speak.
Whatever way it comes out.
How do you say it, Jerry?
Algier.
Is that it?
Does that sound right?
I don't know.
Jerry, I just love making Jerry laugh. You know what I mean? It's got 2 L's in his name. I don't know how you fucking pronounce it. Jerry fucking.
That's one of those names I never get right.
Jerry, hold on.
I got 2 L's in my last name.
Hold on. As I want to show how I zig and zag. Jerry, give us a little ship it plug right here.
Yeah, you guys got to go over to Ship It, man. You guys got to go over there.
I mean, fucking Jerry, for Christ's sakes. He's not just our love child. We got to spread the love with Jerry. Get him out there.
We got a good team over there, man. You guys got to go over there. The best DFS site, period. Hands down. Just go check it out. Trust me.
We have a promo code. Where's our
go over there? Hop into the Discord. You guys would not be disappointed. Trust me.
Love it. I love it. When our producer gets things going again, he's going to get us a promo code for that. So you wait. It's going to come across the bottom here at some point. So It's rookie night. All right, Mike, keep going in this game. You were saying some good things.
Yeah, somebody wrote in the chat, I don't think you can play Algier. Seriously, Algier. I know that. I'm just saying, I was bringing up
You can't pronounce it, you can't play it.
I hate when Bijan gets vultured. And I was a huge Bijan guy. I drafted him in the first round of my season long last year when he was the hot new toy and he underwhelmed. And then when Arthur Smith left, everybody thought he'd get right. And I still feel he's being misused and not used correctly. And he gets vultured a lot by Algier. But I do like them here. I mean, London's looked phenomenal. I mean, lately, I know he's banged up and hurt, still questionable now. So I don't like to play people that even play after they're questionable. I'm just not big on it. I've seen it happen one too many times, where after the first drive, they just pull it again and they're out for the game. So it'll throw up a red flag there on that side. On the Saints side, I like Kamara here too. I think you can run on the Falcons. Love Kamara at home in the dome. Running backs heavy for me in this game.
Yeah, so Kamara, he's looking like he's going to be one of the highest owned plays on the slate here. It's indoor game. You got Olave missing. The Saints, I mean, they kind of had an eventful week. They fired their head coach. They traded away Marshawn Lattimore. They're still kind of banged up all over on defense. I mean, I can see a big game out of the Falcons here. Drake London, we don't know what his status is, but I think with or without him, the Falcons do put up points over here. It's a 46 total. Like I mentioned with the defense, they're all kind of banged up. Cousins, I like him a little bit here. Mooney, McLeod, he got into the end zone last week. Pitts, he's kind of priced up a little bit, but he's definitely involved. Bijan, of course, he's been on a heater. I could see him having a big game over here. Saints side, Kamara, you mentioned him. I mean, he's going to be catching a lot of passes out of the backfield. Taysom Hill, he was kind of really involved last week. He had 4 catches for 41 yards, 5 rushes. He had a touchdown. He's still pretty cheap. He's only $4K. I mean, with Olave out, these guys are going to be involved for sure. I can see one of these cheaper receivers kind of having to step up a little bit. I'm just not sure which one here, Cedric Wilson or Tipton. I can see one of them kind of having not a big game, but maybe paying off their little cheap price tag. There's somebody you can go to for sure.
This is the game, guys. This is a differentiator of the weekend. And where I'm going to go here is your value wide receivers. If you get the one right, it's going to allow you to fit the running backs in you need to win your tournament. I don't know. Is it going to be Tipson? Is it going to be Jackson?
It's tipsy. You're tipsy.
I really like Pitts a lot with London banged up. I think Pitts smashes with a $4,800 price tag. What are these guys' ownership going to be, Jerry?
On the receivers?
And Pitts. The receivers and Pitts.
So Pitts, because he's priced up a little bit, you're not going to see a lot of ownership on him. He's starting to creep up closer to 5K, so he's going to be like under 5% for sure. On the receivers, if Drake London does play, I mean, I think he should. He'll be pushing like close to 20%. The cheaper receivers, you're not going to see much ownership on them because of what we just talked about. You just don't know who to go to. Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod. Darnell Mooney, he's priced up a little bit. They're both going to be under 5%. Ray is cheaper, but like I said, he doesn't really have a lot of upside. Like he did catch a touchdown last week. I don't think he even cracked like 12 points even with that touchdown. So there's not going to be a lot of ownership on guys outside of Kamara, London, and Taysom Hill. Everybody, Bijan also. The rest of the guys, the little fill-ins, it's a guessing game. You're kind of have to guess which one it is.
I like it because, listen, I was wrong once in 1995, junior year of high school. It's 2024. I haven't been wrong in 2024 yet, so we're not going to start now. On to the next game. San Francisco, Tampa Bay. Jerry.
That's my turn. I'm leading.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Mike.
I'm sick of this guy stealing my script. No,
Mike,
Take the
start to
script.
get
Let's
a
go.
fucking buzz.
one of my favorite plays of the week, man. Purdy. Purdy train. Brock Purdy.
I'm not Tommy. I'm not muting you. All you got to do is say, hey, whoa, this one's me, which you kind of did. So, all right, whatever. It's your fucking turn. Let's go.
Yeah. Brock Purdy, man. That's my guy this week. Why am I? Hold on. What the fuck did I click on DraftKings? Like starters only or something? Hold Here we go.
You talking about the inactives for this game?
No, I sorted it by salary backwards by accident. I'm like, where the fuck is Brock Purdy? Like when I'm clicking on the game, I click the sort button. Brock Purdy at 6,500. Man, that's my guy this week. Tampa Bay pass defense is horrific, absolutely horrific, and I think it sets up as a great spot to play Purdy because the wide receiver room being banged up on the 49ers side, right? Like a lot of people are guessing, Purcell or Juwan Jennings, who's coming back. He has no injury designation. But my favorite pass catcher in this game is Kittle. Kittle's got a monster matchup. We just saw what Travis Kelce did to this defense, and I hate Kelce at this point, and he had a career high in receptions. Again, with that wide receiver room banged up, I love Kittle as my pass catching option, and I love Purdy as my quarterback. So that's going to be my stack coming out of that game. CMC, just too risky for me at 8,000. Just to, he questionable tag, is going to play, might play. How's he going to look? How many reps will he get? It's just too much of a guess for me. So I'm just going to ship it on Purdy and Kittle in this spot.
Yeah, so Purdy, he projects to be the highest owned quarterback on the slate.
Come on, again? You say that about all my players. You're fucking with me.
He's definitely going to be the highest owned. He's popping and everything.
All right,
Debo kind of limited this week, but I think he's a good play this week also. Like you mentioned with CMC, we just don't know what kind of volume he's going to get here. 8K, it's a lot to pay for him. They're still going to be using Mason. They're going to be working in Guerrero a little bit. It's a wait and see and approach with CMC here. I think he definitely helps the offense. He helps the offense for sure. And I think Purdy's the one that benefits the most out of all this. The Bucs, they're a horrible defense. It's a big spot for him.
And he's running now. He's been running all year, but he's coming off a big running game. I like that.
Purdy, you compare him with Debo, Jennings, Kittle, Pearsall definitely works. On the other side, I think Baker is still definitely been. Baker he puts up points every game. Baker, this dude does not give up. It doesn't matter what's going on with that team. He just finds a way to get it done. It's a 50 total. Baker is going to put up points here. I think he's going to go a little bit overlooked. I definitely like some Baker over here. Otten, he's become a beast. He's become the number one receiver over there. He's kind of the wide receiver one over there, and you're getting him for a tight end price, so I like him. Rashad White, he's definitely going to be more involved. He's that pass catching back. He's not like Bucky or Sean Tucker. He catches a lot of passes, so they're going to be using him. He's kind of filling in for Evans and Godwin being out, so he's catching a lot of passes. They're working him a lot. I like him. One of these cheaper receivers,
Sterling Shepard.
We kind of tried to guess with him on the last game. Shepard's kind of that slot dude. Jarrett, he's one of those guys that they like. He's been getting some targets. Like we mentioned earlier with the Saints, it's kind of a guessing game with these guys. They're going to have to be getting some of them involved a little bit more. I have no idea which one it is, but I can definitely see one of them having a good game. Not a big game, but a good game.
That's fair. I don't really like this game at all. I'm going to pass. I'm not going to lie.
A 50 total, you're going to pass?
Yeah, man.
Well, you'll be unique.
That's definitely why. Unique.
But you know what? Let me just segue back to this because I love what Jerry said there. So, Jerry, from a game theory perspective, wouldn't it be smart to maybe play Baker Mayfield here at $100 cheaper and get some leverage off of
Baker, he gets it done every week.
I agree with you, buddy.
He's had one bad week. I think it was the week when they played against Denver when they were at home and Denver just kind of showed up out of nowhere. I think that's the only non-productive week that he's had.
Yeah, week 3. Yep, that was the only single.
And they're going to be playing from behind. He's going to be throwing the ball a ton.
I agree.
He gets it done. Baker's a baller. He does not give up.
That's what I'm asking you. Could there be some value here of doing a lineup build with Baker at that price point? And
there's no reason to jump off these guys right now. The Niners defense is not that great. They're on the road. Baker's at home. Cade Otton, his price is up a little bit. I don't think he's going to go overlooked, but he's not. We're not going to see that kind of ownership that we've seen on him in the past weeks. So I like him, and like I said, it's a guessing game with these other receivers, but one of them is going to get involved. Shepard,
I like Shepard.
He's the slot guy, so he's going to be getting most of the targets. But one of these other guys is going to be in line for some big plays. I just don't know which one. But like I said, the ownership reflects that. It's kind of a guessing game with him. Trey Palmer, Jarrett, like Ryan Miller. We saw him get into the end zone last week. He didn't get a lot of targets, but they're going to be looking at these guys for sure.
So another thing, just to close out, we talked earlier about contest selection and game theory, which is a huge part, of your DFS lineups, builds, bankroll, everything said. Here's a good spot, and I brought this up in the past, and I'm almost talking myself into existence that now I'm going to do it. So I'm just sharing it with the group here because I'm going to play it. In a situation like this, where Purdy's going to be one of the highest owned quarterbacks on the entire board, and we have a leverage spot with Baker Mayfield, who's a little bit cheaper in the same game, nonetheless, I'm going to enter a couple lineups into the 1 o'clock only slates and play my Mayfield lineups there. Because for people that are playing these 1 o'clock only contests, not only just Purdy, but now all the other quarterbacks we discussed, the Josh Allens and just Jaden Daniels, everybody's at play in a tighter window. And now we're really getting leverage to every quarterback, I think, by playing Mayfield. So I'm going to try to get some leverage and play Mayfield in the 1 o'clock only slates. Any thoughts on that?
You mentioned that. They talk about it all the time over at 4Deep, like Tambo and Hoop and all them. If you have a lineup that's just completely full with 1 o'clock slate players, throw them in a 1 o'clock slate contest. There's no reason to you could throw it in both slates also. But if that lineup of yours that's completely locked into the 1 o'clock slate is going to go off, it's going to go off in those early slates also. So throw them into both tournaments.
I like it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you touched on it, and it's a good strategy.
Thank you.
Love it. You guys are so smart. I'm glad I'm here tonight. So let's go on to the next game. We're going to go with Tennessee, Los Angeles. I believe it's Jerry's turn. Mike, can Jerry go first?
Yeah, because I really don't have much here. So, Jerry, have at it.
I'm not going to have much to say about this game either. Nothing really appealing here for me. On the Titans side, Pollard, I'm not feeling it. It looks like I think Will Levis might be playing this week. I'm not sure about that. Nothing I really want to go to on the Titans offense over here. Nothing that's appealing to me at all. On the Chargers side, J.K. Dobbins, he's kind of been slowing down a little bit. His price is up. He's 7,200. I just really haven't seen what we've seen out of him early on in this year. He's not somebody I want to pay that price tag for, so I'm kind of out on the running side of things with the Chargers. With the receiver, I'm more interested, I think, in Justin Herbert and his receivers. I mean, they've been clicking. They've been coming on, and they're still kind of cheap to get to. Like Justin Herbert, he's only 5,200. I mean, he's been paying off that price tag every week. You have Ladd McConkey, who's awesome. I think he'll see some ownership. He's 5,900. You'll probably see him somewhere like around 20% or so. Quentin Johnson, he's been putting it up every week also. He's 4,900. He always comes in lower owned than Ladd McConkey. Will Disley, he's probably going to be the highest owned tight end on the slate, I would say, at 3,100. I mean,
Really?
You see a lot of people going to these cheap tight ends now to fill out their builds because so a lot of these tight ends are essentially like wide receivers at this point. And you're not getting a lot of value on these slates, so people are using these cheap tight ends. You're seeing a lot of 2 tight end builds. You're going to see him owned a lot in these tournaments. So I think the passing side, like the Titans, they funnel everything to the pass with the way they run their defense. So I think the Chargers passing game is the way I would attack this game here.
Mike.
Yeah, like I said, I don't love much in this game. I like what you said about, Herbert is a good cheap option at 5,200, but, as bad as Tennessee is a pass funnel, I mean, they're giving up the least amount of yards per average in the entire league, which is pretty astounding because I'm always on the pass funnel type, theory with them. Maybe because teams are just running the ball down their throat. I don't know, but that's an outlier. I like the cheap receivers. I mean, and I like Quentin Johnson much more than McConkey. I think McConkey's a more popular choice, but Quentin Johnson's a really, he's a prototypical receiver, and he's very capable of those blow-up games. So I'll take him at a discount there if I even get to him. McConkey's going to fall into that pick a mid-range receiver like Hopkins, McConkey. There was a couple other players that we talked about in that range. Let me see. Let me be factual here.
Receivers that we talked about in that price range.
Adunze, Hopkins, Ridley. Ridley's going to be popular too here on the other side of the game, and McConkey. Like you're going to like pick one of those, or you got to get some leverage off that little chunk of prices. I think. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on that, Jerry.
On the receivers, on whether
Just
or not
that like mid, that like price. No matter how you build this week, right? If you're spending up at quarterback or whatnot, and all my builds, I'm falling onto like that little chunk of like 4,800 to like 5,600 dead zone, and it jumps off the page range, for me to play Hopkins.
Yeah, Ridley's an option for sure. The scary
part is I feel everybody is,
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of ownership in that like 5,800 to like 6,200 range. We talked about Josh Downs earlier. He's getting a lot of ownership. Shakir, we talked about. Yeah, right. He's getting ownership right there. McConkey. Yeah. Like all those guys are going to get a lot of ownership. And it's just the way the slate is like just panning out based on the way things are priced and how little value there is right there. You're going to see a lot of those guys in builds right there.
And
where do you think the value lies? Running back or receiver this week?
What's that? Say that again.
Receiver. Where's the value at? Receiver.
I said this week. Where do you see
there's almost like no value at running back this week.
None.
There's nothing cheap that anybody's going to be going to. You're going to be seeing it a lot in the receivers, in the mid tier, the one we just talked about, and the cheaper tight ends like Disley I talked about earlier.
Oh, right, but I want to talk about that when we get to the end. We're almost there, but I want to go over that real quick because I think 2 tight end play this weekend could work with Disley being a big value. Good chalk versus bad chalk. I want to touch on that at the end.
Why is everybody on Disley this week?
It's because of his price.
Price point.
Price. He's cheap.
He's got LA Chargers are going to score somehow. Herbert likes to throw it. Good option. With that said, let's get on to the next one. So we'll get to that at the end. We got the Jets. We got Arizona. Tommy's Jets. Like Tommy's pretty sharp. Let's be honest. Tommy, he's got an idea what he's talking about. He's sharp. He does some good things. And then he gets fucking retarded. And one of those fucking retarded things is when he talks about his fucking number one main love child, the Jets. So when I give people advice about Tommy, I said, listen to him. He knows his shit until he talks about the Jets. And just here we are. Jets game. Whose turn is it? I forget. New York Jets. Arizona.
Mike, since you're from New York, well, I'll let you hit us with the Jets.
All right. So, I like both running backs here. I like James Conner at 6,500, most certainly. And then Breece Hall is like one of those guys that like no one's talking about anymore. He had a couple of weeks of bad games, 10 points, 9 points. But you look at 2 before that, you see what he's capable of, 29, 24. Call me a sucker. I was on the Aaron Rodgers hype train, Jets, whatnot. And then I denounced him and I lambasted him, right? And then he gave us like that, like, false hope and then the win last week, but like my storybook narrative in my heart, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm not even like a Jets fan, but I am rooting for the Jets as a whole, and this is a great spot for them in my opinion, against the Arizona defense to just keep it rolling. I don't hate, as crazy as this sounds, man, Aaron Rodgers at 5,700, Jerry. Talk me off him, but with all these weapons, I mean, at 5,700 and a little bit of like motivation behind them. I mean, I could see a 3-touchdown game. Why not? Maybe even one of them going to Breece Hall on a big screen. So I like Aaron Rodgers. I like Breece Hall. I like James Conner. Don't want to guess really between Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams. I mean, they're equally priced, which is insane. No, Jerry? I mean, 7,200 and 7,000. I mean, I just don't see how or why.
It's just kind of like pick your poison. I mean, it could be both of them. You're not going to be playing both of them in your lineups. They just eat up too much salary. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, this is a high total game. It's a 46.5 total game. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers definitely in play. One of those receivers, I mean, they can both get there, but I don't know if they can both get there and help your lineup. I mean, they would really, really have to pop off for that to happen. And like I said, they're pretty expensive. So you're not going to go to a full stack of Rodgers, Wilson, Adams here. Conklin, he's somebody you can go to for sure. If you want to go like Rodgers, Wilson, or Adams with Conklin, that's a nice little stack right there. With Breece Hall, I mean, I've kind of just made up my mind with Breece Hall. I'm never going to play Breece Hall again when he's like uber chalk, but he doesn't look like he's going to be uber chalk on this slate.
Forgotten about, yeah.
he's looking at like, I mean, his price is up there. He's 7,600. He's looking at like 20% or so, something like that, which is like, chalky, but still not like the chalk that we've seen before on him. I don't mind him over here. This is a really good spot for him. Yeah, I like the Jets offense over here. I just don't know which way I would attack it. Maybe the kind of the way I mentioned earlier with like Rodgers, pick one of the receivers and like maybe throw Conklin in to round out the stack, or just go Breece Hall. One way or the other, that's the way I would look at it. On the Cardinal side, man, I don't like anything on the Cardinal side. Kyler looks like shit. I don't like playing Kyler. This is not a good matchup for him, so I'm not going to go to him. Marvin Harrison Jr., same thing. Not a good matchup for him. Those are really the only two that I would look at. McBride, he's kind of priced up a little bit. I don't want to pay that much for a tight end in kind of a bad spot like that. It's just like a price thing with these Cardinals, man. I don't see myself getting to any of them, to be honest.
Fair. Listen, I think the Jets roll this weekend. GPP Connor, but I think this could be a Breece Hall week because I think they roll. So I think first half we get everyone going, yeah, we're going to kill it. Adams is doing good. Wilson's is doing good. Well, they got the big lead. Hall takes over the second half, or maybe even Allen. What about Allen at 5,500? I just see game script here. I think the Jets kick the shit out of them. I really do, because I think the Jets defense is pretty good, and I don't think the Arizona has anything to offer offensively against them. So what about an Allen play? Get off Hall. No one's going to own Allen, are they?
I won't.
Braylon Allen? No, he's not. He's going to be completely unowned. Completely unowned.
I mean, all right, there's my pick.
And it's not like he's cheap either. Braylon Allen is priced up. Like, he's 5,500. He's not like in the 4Ks.
So when he scores 24, did I win?
Like, here, let me ask you this. Like, Braylon Allen or Tyler Algier, who would you play? Would you play Braylon Allen or Tyler Algier?
Me?
Braylon Allen.
I'd play Algier.
Yeah, Algier is like 300 cheaper than him.
Good. Allen.
Braylon Allen's the same price as Tank Bisbee.
And Theezy, don't type anything in the comments, Theezy, that I'm going to go play Algier. I'm touting him. I just gave an example. Okay.
I'm just throwing this out there. I'm talking about guys that are priced in the same range as him.
I'm just maybe tournament play, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm talking like large field tournaments, maybe, but nothing I would look to in any main lineup for sure.
All right. On to next. Think there's a lot of fantasy goodness in this game. I mean, there's two fucking total trash teams playing who are in the same division as my Redskins / Commanders / football team / best quarterback in the NFL coming up. We have the Philadelphia team against the Dallas team. A lot of goodness here. What do you think, Jared?
So with the Cowboys,
Mike?
What?
It was Jerry's turn, right? I didn't mess up, did I?
No, it's Jerry's turn, but I only have three players. No pressure. I only have three players.
You guys keep putting this pressure on.
He's going to say them all. He's going to say them all. I guarantee it.
Fucking A. Go ahead, Jerry. Tell us where you're
going. Okay, let's start with the Cowboys. So Dak is out. All right, you got Cooper Rush starting.
Fuck him.
But the price is adjusted. He's not like in the Mac Jones, like 4,400, price range. He's priced at 5,100. So, I mean, I don't mind Cooper Rush right here. Like, the Cowboys are going to be throwing there. They are going to be throwing. He's going to be throwing the ball a lot. It looks like CeeDee's going to play. Is CeeDee somebody I'm going to play? No. Cooper Rush somebody I'm going to play? I don't know. Maybe. Like, I think he does kind of have some upside at that price. I don't mind him a little bit. None of the running backs for Dallas for me. For Dallas, it's basically just Cooper Rush for me. It's whether or not I want to play him. And I don't mind.
Jerry, yes, that's my one on that side.
I don't mind rolling him out naked. Not something I'm looking to do in my main lineups, but I don't mind him. On the Philly side, it looks like they're all healthy. AJ Brown looks like he's going to play. Devontae Smith's playing. Saquon's playing. Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts looks like he can get there in any game. Saquon Barkley looks like he can get there in this game. They all look like they can get there. The problem with Philly is their price. They're expensive. Like, how do you go about building a lineup with like a Philly stack? It's kind of tough. Like playing Jalen Hurts and one of his receivers, like which one is it going to be? Is it AJ Brown? Like, what's his injury like? Is it Devontae Smith? He's priced up like as if AJ Brown was going to miss. Saquon Barkley, yeah, of course he's in play. 8,300, is that a price you want to pay? It just depends on how you want to kind of go about it. Out of all those guys, I think probably Saquon's my favorite play.
All right.
Mike.
So this is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is the other game that has the Constantino special, let's call it, where we play the running back and the quarterback. What another great game to do it. You know, not a fade of AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown, but AJ Brown costs more than Jalen Hurts, right? AJ Brown's 8,200. Jalen Hurts is 7,800. So I'm going to get exposure to AJ Brown with Jalen Hurts, but you can't do that opposite. So now I'm going to put Hurts and Barkley together. I'm getting all the passing and all the rushing because, I mean, he's even a good running quarterback. And you could see last week, I mean, they can both get there. You know, Hurts had 29.9 points.
Yeah, it was one of those rare weeks where they both got there. Last week was
Barkley
one of those weeks.
36.9. It's happened in the past. I won a tournament at the end of last year by doing something similar like this. And I feel great about it. I love getting all that offense. And then I get my exposure to all those wide receivers. And then the other play, I have 3.5. I said I only had 3. Here's the half. The half is Calcaterra. He'll get you his 3X maybe at the 3,500. But if he hooks up for a touchdown, and we already have Hurts there, he'll get us some leverage off the other cheaper tight ends. So in my builds that I'm really doing, that Jalen Hurts, Barkley, I'm looking at them as that's the play. But I might even find Calcaterra in there as like a little try entry just because of the cost. You know, I mean, it doesn't take much for him to pay off and get you exposure and unlock some other stuff. And then on the Cowboy side, on the other side, I mean, it's Cooper Rush at 5,100. I mean, he is an NFL quarterback. He's won games. He has a winning percentage. He's better than I think just his name sounds and the way he looks. He might even, I dare say, because it happened before. I mean, he may even be better than Dak Prescott. I mean, Dak Prescott.
He's had good games, man. He stepped in. I remember him on a Sunday night game last year or 2 years ago.
And he puts the ball on the receivers. And I almost feel like I'm living in a deja vu where I'm having the conversation with myself because I had it. I know I'm not nuts that like when I saw him and I'm like, holy shit, the kid puts a good ball on. Like, you know, he started 6 games, didn't he, to start the year last year? And he went 4-2. I mean, you know, when Dak broke his thumb, or was that 2 years ago? I mean, I'm losing track of time.
I'm going to look it up right now while you're talking.
Yeah, but I think he went 4-2, Jerry. But
right there, Mike.
At 5,100, now you don't have to guess the receivers. You have a healthy Ferguson. You got Turpin and all these other receivers stepping up. Why not play him at 5,100? Now you're really unlocked.
I'll give you a stat right here. He played against Philly in 2022. He had 181 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I mean, why not? 5,100. Let's go.
He stepped in. I mean, he had some big games. He had a game against Washington, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like
he puts the ball on them, bro.
Hold on, guys. What is more dangerous than a man with nothing to fucking lose? What is more dangerous? If you recall, he came out and he got the start. Oh, Dak Prospect, the second coming of God, Prospect. He's fucking hurt. So he's like, I got nothing to lose. What do I give a fuck? I'm going to come out slinging it. He said that, 2 years ago when he did that. I love this guy this week, guys. Rush, he's not fearful. He's got nothing to fucking lose. He's going to come out slinging the fucking ball. Not to mention, Dak is playing like shit, and he has been all fucking year. I get it. They don't have a run game, but Rush is going to come out slinging it. I love a Rush, Lamb, Ferguson fucking stack. Love it. Those are my core 3 in my main lineup right now.
Yeah, I mean it gets easier to jam CD in when you're paying that Cooper Rush price for sure.
Again,
it's gonna be unknown, man. Nobody's going to CD here.
Right, but don't you guys remember he came out and said it. I got nothing to lose. I'm gonna sling it. And he did, and he put up some good games. I mean, why is that not realistic and possible now that he's a few years older and, a little experience, knows the offense, knows the starters. I mean, I like this. I don't think you're losing a whole lot with Dak not start.
He might even be better.
Right.
Dak stinks. Dak stinks.
Dude, he's just been.
I mean, you heard him like in the when they clipped to him when they were getting their ass kicked last week. We fucking suck. He said it.
If he meant him and Mike McCarthy, he's right.
I love it. All right, getting to the end of the show. Let's talk a little bit.
Did we cover all the games?
Yeah,
that's the last game. Philly. I mean, you're questioning the host now, Jerry. The host
I lost track.
Well, take us home, host. Take us home.
The wine. I think it's the wine.
We do this shit on point. Listen, I want where you're looking to go, where you're looking to spend up. Give me 3 guys that are going to be in your lineup this weekend. It's early. We most certainly need to check the shit out Sunday before we lock shit in. But give me 3 guys who are going to be in your lineup. Who wants to start? I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I'll start first just because Jerry's probably has a wider depth of it. Mine's pretty tight. I mean, I told you really how I'm attacking it. I've been trying to get different lately for these, larger field contests. So I like that quarterback running back combo, as I mentioned, with Allen and Cook. I think is very different. Hurts and Barkley would be more popular of the two. I like the Mayfield leverage play in the 1:00 slate over Purdy, which I like that. I'm going to play that, so I'll throw that out there. I like the Cooper Rush GPP. A lot of quarterbacks for me this week is how I'm going to start my lineup builds. I never really start with quarterback, Harry. I don't know how you guys start, Trevor, but I never really start with the quarterback. I just see like wide receiver, running back first, and then I'll go from there. I have a general idea on quarterback, but I'm starting a lot of my builds with quarterbacks this week. So that's where my focus is going, even on giving you my plays here.
I like it.
Which quarterbacks are you looking at? Which ones you like the most?
So depending on the price point, right? Like it's hard not to like Purdy, even though I said the Mayfield leverage off him. So I definitely like Purdy way more than Mayfield, let's say. But then when you talk value, if you're playing like a cash game, it's Cooper Rush in a cash game just because it unlocks everything. If you want to spend a little more, it's Aaron Rodgers. But to me, that's a little more risky. So that's like a large field GPP play. And my spend up is Hurts. I mean, I really like Hurts. And I like Allen, like I said, too, but I like the difference of playing Allen and Cook. But I guess it's Hurts on the spend up, Jerry, Purdy in the mid tier, and Cooper Rush in the bargain bin.
Yeah, I mean, I like Purdy. I'm with you. I definitely like Purdy. If I'm spending up, I think I want to go with Josh Allen. If I'm spending all the way down, we just talked about Cooper Rush. I think he has upside at that price for sure. Running backs, I'm not going to get too cute. I'm just going to play the guys that are solid, the Camaras, the Bijans, maybe some Breece Hall, Aaron Jones. I like him a lot. DeAndre Swift. Receivers, I like these Jets receivers, man. I like either Garrett Wilson or Devontae Adams. I think I'm leaning a little bit more Devontae Adams. If I'm spending down, some like kind of one-off receivers that I like Jordan Addison a little bit. I don't mind that DeAndre Hopkins 5,300 we talked about. I kind of like him a little bit. If we're going down, I talked about Noah Brown. I like him a little bit. Tight ends, I like Kittle. Kittle's probably my favorite tight end on the slate.
I like it. Listen, I told you guys earlier tonight I was wrong back in 1995. That was a long fucking time ago. It's 2024. My favorite plays right now, looking at the slate, are Russell Wilson. Amazing price point. George Pickens and Najee Harris. I'm starting 2 of my teams off.
Yeah, Najee. I forgot to mention Najee. I like him a lot too.
See, I told you. How many times have I had to remind Jerry this year? Negative.
Yeah, I completely forgot about him.
I mean, fucking enough said.
Have a bottle of wine in. I forget everybody.
All right, guys, I love it. We're pushing on 10 minutes to 9 o'clock. We're going to take this out. We got your Friday night roundtable at 4Deep Sports. Final words, Scarface.
Head on over to Ship It Nation. I tell you every week, you will not be disappointed. They cover all sports over there. Best DFS site out there, 100%. You will not be disappointed.
Mike Constantino, tell us where we're going.
Be wary of your contest selection and how you build your lineups. And you heard a lot of that spoke about in today's show of different players and where to play them. It's really an forever going on learning process, especially for me. It's like, Jerry, just constantly learning and tweaking and
we're all
dialing it down.
learning, man. You gotta keep up with it.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing lately. I've been trying to just get off the chalk, go different, zig when everybody's zagging, and really build according to contest selection.
Love it. This is go for the Tommy G less because no one knows where the fuck he is right now. 4Deep Bets. Appreciate you listening to the Friday night roundtable. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Let's go.
There we go.